is Savardis. He's on the move, and they're going to look for Savardis in the corner. Touchdown!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead, and the Profs will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Andrews will be in shotgun. He takes the snap, makes the handoff. He'll throw it down the left sideline. He's going to wide open receiver. He's got the touchdown.
Oakland moving in. Sends one on goal, he scores!
And it is a power play goal.
Back to pass, middle of the field. The catch is made by Britt. She's off to the races at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Britt is in for the score.
Back on in, here's Yoxon. Yoxon to the backhand, trying to go to the front, makes the move and shot, and he scores!
Smith delivers. That's it back toward the mound. Weiss has it in short. He steps on second, and the ball game is over. Massapequa Coast has won the 2023 New York State Little League Baseball Championship.
Live from the Apex at Lehman College here in the Bronx, New York, CPSAL TV and the PDF Sports Network presents coverage of the CPSAL Girls High School Basketball Championship. Today, it's Dream Charter going up against Success Academy of Manhattan. Game 2 of our scheduled championship tripleheader right here on CPSAL TV, powered by PDF Sports Network. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm David Pizzuto alongside Joe Foreman. And Joe, one game in the books, 2 games to go, and the first of those 2 games feature the featured championship games, this time on the girls' side, Dream versus Success Academy Manhattan.
Well, we already saw a B Division championship, and it was a good one. A back-and-forth game for much of the first half. Became a game of runs in the third, and then the game drew closer again in the fourth. It was a very exciting game. That was a boys' game. We get our first look at girls' basketball here today, and I'm excited for this one. You mentioned one of our 2 main championships, just one division for the girls. Their championship game is coming up next, and then we have one more championship, the boys' A division, coming up in our third and final game. However, I think starting lineups are about to be introduced, Dave, so we should throw it down courtside.
Absolutely, we will do that now as we get our introductions, first for the Dream Charter Schools.
Number 4, Milani Gidron. Number 24, Fatih Koti. Number 3, Anise Council. And number 2, Ashley LeBron. And now, for your Success Manhattan starters. Number 3, Morgan Hodges. Number 20, Carissa Gregory. Number 10, Lily Morales. Number 1, Savannah Kelman. And number 15, Madison Blake. Let's have a great game, ladies. Let's have a great game. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back here live from the Apex at Lehman College. Just about time for tip-off here for the girls' CPSAL Championship. Our starters have been introduced. For Dream Charter in numerical order, number 2, Ashley LeBron, number 3, Anise Council, number 4, Milani Gidron, number 7, Serenity DeLeon, and number 24, Fatia Koti. And for Success Academy of Manhattan, which we believe will be the home team on our scoreboard, that threw us for a little bit of a loop last game, but in numerical order, number 1, Savannah Kelman, number 3, Morgan Hodges, number 10, Liliana Morales, number 15, Madison Blake, and number 20, Carissa Gregory. So Success going from left to right on your screen, and for Dream Charter going from right to left in their bright red orange jerseys. Success wearing their blue color solids with the orange trim. And here we go. Opening possession won by Success Academy Manhattan, and here we go. Ball in her hands, Kelman drops off top of the arc to Morales, switches places with her. Morales works baseline, gets stopped there, and off the leg and out of bounds of Blake.
Well, you're never looking to turn the ball over, certainly not to start the game on your first possession if you're a Success Manhattan.
So here we go, Dream's first possession here. Put in the hands of LeBron, who misses the long-range jumper, put back no good, and Success comes out with it.
LeBron got a really nice ovation during introductions. Fan favorite here.
She sure did, and we have a jump ball, which will lead possession. Oh, actually, there's a foul on that play, so we have our first of the game, and it will go against Dream here. And we're going to have our first substitution here, as coming in is Denia Jamison. And it looks as if LeBron is out, maybe with an injury there, as there we have a steal coming off of the inbound. Gaudreau now can't go right, has to opt out and pulls back here as we are approaching our first minute of play here in the first quarter. No score. Gaudreau punches it across to Jamison. Jamison wheeling and dealing but gets crossed up. Now the jump ball possession arrow will stay with Dream.
And looking toward the bench, Dave,
Yep.
Initially the injury didn't look good, but they put some ice on it, and we'll see what comes of the injury to Ashley LeBron very early in this game.
Yeah, right shoulder it looks like she is nursing there. Give is underneath, and unable to control was Dream, and here comes Success the other way. Slowing things down is Kelman. Kelman gets bodied off the ball and yields to Morales. Morales with Gaudreau on her, looks underneath. There's a short jumper, that time by Hodges, but it's won by Success Manhattan on the rebound. There's a three-point attempt for Kelman. Missed it to the left of the backboard. She gets it back, swings it around the horn. Hodges puts one up, but there is a 3-second violation on the look underneath. Looks like Blake set up shop.
And we saw how big offensive rebounding can be late in our first game of the day. 3 chances on that possession for Success Manhattan. Instead of scoring, they come away with their third turnover of the game.
So Dream Charter looking for the game's first points. Jamison looked to give it up underneath, but there's a turnover the other way, and here comes Hodges the other way. Hodges, and interrupted by Gaudreau. Nice defensive play by Milani Gaudreau.
And that's good effort in transition following a turnover at one end of the floor. It's very easy not to get back defensively, but on that particular play, Gaudreau did get back and was able to disrupt that scoring attempt.
Yeah, she put it off of Hodges out of bounds, so they get the possession back here. Still no score, opening 2 minutes of play here in the first. Another would-be pass intercepted by Success Manhattan, and here they come the other way. Kelman goes to the left side, drops it off, and now here's a short jumper the other way off the back iron. Morales, offensive rebound, won by Success Manhattan. We will stay on this side of the floor, as coming in late on that rebound was Cody.
Carissa Gregory's been a menace on the offensive glass early in this game, Dave.
Yes, she has, and now we have another whistle here as we have a foul against Success Academy. That'll be against Gregory, who you just mentioned, Joe, and Success picking up their first foul.
4th turnover of the game for them.
Opening 2 minutes and 20 seconds here. Still looking for our game's first points. Dribbling out of danger is Gaudreau. She goes over to her left side, now starts barking signals. Receives the screen, goes to her left side. Gaudreau still looking for space, gets poked away from the ball, gets it back. Now looking inside. Cody was left open. Didn't opt to use the backboard, but the offensive rebound controlled by Dream. Free throw jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, another. We have a foul here. No, it'll be a travel against the Nice Council.
And Dave, very early in this game, we have 8 turnovers, and it seems clear that whatever team is able to really find their rhythm offensively first, protect the basketball, and generate some quality chances will be the team that gains the advantage.
And here on the transition here, bodied off the ball was Precious Admasila. And she will go to the line after Dream picks up their third foul here of the first. First free throw, no good. So Precious 0 for 1. And the second one is up and in. So we have our first points of the game. And a 30-second timeout is being called by Dream here. So, Joe, they've played 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Dream has been shut out to this point. And what do you think they're talking about in their end?
I think for both teams, the conversation has to begin with protecting the basketball. 8 turnovers so far in this game. It's been a bit of a sloppy start, but that's not all too surprising in a game of this magnitude. There's going to be some nerves involved. On the side of the Dream, they lost a starter to injury within the first 2 minutes. That certainly changes things. Whether or not that will impact the rest of this game remains to be seen. But I think both teams have to talk a bit about doing a better job protecting the ball and generating some easy chances. Credit to the defenses. Those turnovers obviously impacted by each side's defense, but on top of that, they are not allowing many chances around the rim. It's been really tough to get inside. We've seen these two teams settle for some difficult runners, some jump shots. None of those have fallen yet. That being said, there will be some openings found on the perimeter in this game, given the style of game that we've seen early with a lot of offensive rebounds and opportunities to kick the ball out off of those second chances.
And although she's not in the game, it looks like Ashley LeBron is back on her feet by the Dream bench and is fixing to come back into this ball game. Meanwhile, it's Gaudron who yields to Jamison. Jamison puts up a fist, now starts to drive. Gaudron left open. This will be a three-pointer, no good, off the back iron, and collected by Hodges. Hodges gives way to Kelman now, crossing over the timeline with 4:40 to go in the game's first quarter. Putting it on the floor and now across the court pass. That was a good pass, but the jumper missed by Blake. And we're going to have a loose ball foul that will go in Dream's direction.
And Dave, that's one of the higher quality looks we've seen in this game thus far from inside the arc. Good ball movement by Success Manhattan, generated a good look, unable to convert on that last attempt.
There's a pass in the paint, recollected by Dream, but now they lose it and will get it back with 4:31 to go. It's a little helter-skelter in the paint that time, Joe, for Dream, and actually they lose possession on that as the call is reversed, and it'll go over to Success Manhattan.
That's 5 turnovers per side now. These defenses really doing a good job of forcing mistakes by these offenses.
Yeah, just not big windows to shoot from, especially underneath the basket.
Certainly not inside the arc.
Ball was fumbled that time by Kelman. She's looking for an out and gets it over to Hodges. Ashley LeBron makes her way over to half court. She's fixing to come back into this game for Dream Charter. They work it around now. This is Kelman for a long distance three, no good. And rebound on the floor, recollected by Success Manhattan. There's a short jumper off the glass and in for Madison Blake.
And those are the kind of baskets that these two teams will need early in this game. The first attempts haven't gone very often, but those second chance points always going to be critical at any juncture in the game, especially the way this game has gone early.
First field goal scored midway through this first quarter. And there's a runner in the lane, no good. Battle for the rebound. It'll be a jump ball, and possession will go to Success Manhattan, and that should bring Ashley LeBron back into the game for Dream. She will take the place of Fatia Cody.
Here's a look at that last basket off of the offensive board. You see the fight for the loose ball down on the floor, and it is Success Manhattan that comes away with it, and they get on the board with their first field goal. They do have a point from the line already.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word there, Joe, fight for the loose ball, and it seems like that's going to be this game is going to be really coming down to that. You know, the battle for loose balls, the battles for second chance points, and that was a battle for Success, but they earned the 2 points on that last trip. Long pass tipped off the fingertips of a few players. Now across court, intercepted by LeBron. So immediately she comes in, makes a difference. Now this is Gadrone. Crosses over the timeline, plays it over in front of the Success bench. Now running in baseline, no good. Offensive rebound collected and won by De Leon, but her putback was missed. There's a long pass into the near side, near us. Jumper by Morales is good.
And those are the looks that have been there in this game. Once the ball is outside of the paint at either end of the floor for both teams offensively, the defenses have kind of eased off a bit. It looks like these two sides have put an emphasis on limiting second chances and rebounding. A lot of bodies collected around the rim. Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of offensive rebounds in this game.
This is LeBron, puts one up. That was partially blocked that time by Morales, and they battle for the loose ball, and LeBron's going to get called for a foul here. And possession will go back to Success Academy. So, Joe, at what point, if you're Dream Charter, do you start to look at that scoreboard, look at that goose egg, and say, man, we really need one here?
Well, I think it's in your head already. And once it enters your mindset where you're thinking, oh, boy, we haven't scored yet, that's when it becomes a factor immediately. It's whenever you look up at that scoreboard and see that 0.
Kelman racing down, misses the first one, but another offensive rebound comes in. Free throw jumper by Gregory is good.
Second chance points, Dave. We've seen so many of them already in this game. I believe all 6 points that have come off of made field goals for Success Manhattan, second chance points.
And you wonder, with Dream stuck at 0, how far can they come from behind and have to crawl their way out of a hole? Now it's 7 points. As we have a whistle here, not sure what the call was there. But Dream will still retain possession with 2:12 remaining in the quarter. Kick out and an immediate jumper was short armed by Council and won by Success Manhattan. And they're looking to run the other way. Vovodich passing it off underneath to Butler, and that one's put up and in. It's now 9-0 in favor of Success Manhattan.
Rare points in the paint this time for Success Manhattan as they've really picked it up these last couple of minutes. And as their lead has grown slowly, they're getting better and better looks at the basket.
Good spin move to gain close to the paint that time by Jamison, but her jumper's missed, and here comes Success Manhattan the other way. Long pass there, recollected, jumper by Vodovic, no good. Collected and lost on the play. Ball still down, multiple players down. Winning it initially was Success Manhattan's Morales, but here comes Dream the other way. And underneath, De Leon. First bucket of the game for Dream.
And that is what Dream needed, Dave. 2 points off of a turnover, an easy layup, uncontested. It doesn't get any easier than that if you're Dream. And they had to have a basket like that to perhaps get them jump-started, more importantly, to get that 0 off the board.
Yep. Scored just outside of 1 minute left to play in this first quarter. Jumper missed, another offensive rebound, and a foul. Upcoming foul was whistled against Council. Long shot, long rebound that time, and Success Manhattan getting to a lot of those loose balls. Some lucky bounces their way, Joe, but they've been all over the board so far here in the first 7+ minutes.
And the most important thing when you get those lucky bounces and are able to chase down those loose balls, take advantage. And they've done that early in this game, and right now, that's the difference.
Long pass goes through the legs there of Voivodich. But it will be turned over. 46.9 seconds remaining. Dream coming off their last possession, their first scoring possession of the game. Basket by Serenity De Leon. Should mention LeBron back out of the game for Dream. Collected, running jumper off the glass, too strong, and collected by Blake the other way. Inside of 30 seconds to go. Blake sets up, looks top of the circle to Reiner. Reiner looked to go across again to find Blake, but it was intercepted, but her foot on the baseline was Gadrone, and Success Manhattan will continue with possession with 17.1 to go. 9-2 is our score. Stuck in the corner. That ball was kicked around, and it's going to stay with Success Manhattan.
But perhaps we might see a timeout in these closing seconds to try and draw something up here. But I think if you're Success Manhattan, you want to make sure this is the final possession of the quarter. Potentially, with a 3, you could take a double-digit lead into the second. But at the very least, you'd like to go up into the second, up 7.
Morgan Hodges checked back in the game. She is the one inbounding here. The bounce passes it, but off the foot of Gregory. Success gets it back. There's a big block shot. And a chance the other way here for Dream. And we're going to have an offensive foul on Sanila Wilson. So 3.9 seconds to go. Arguably what will be the final chance here of this quarter. Now, that was an offensive foul, but it was the 5th of the quarter for Dream.
There you get a second look at the contact that drew that whistle.
Not much time here to get a shot off. Dream knows it. They front the shooter. That shot came after the whistle, and we are through the first 8 minutes of play. Success Manhattan scores the game's first 9 points, and they take a 9-2 lead at the end of one stanza.
Well, Dave, the story of that first quarter, the two teams combined for 15 turnovers. However, it was Success Manhattan that capitalized off of those giveaways by Dream. They took advantage on the offensive glass as well. A lot of second chance points in that quarter. Only 2 free throw attempts, 1 of 2 from the line, was Success Manhattan. They had the advantage in just about every statistical category with the exception of turnovers. They actually turned the ball over once more than did Dream. However, for Dream in that first quarter, they simply couldn't get a shot to go. They had some opportunities around the rim, couldn't convert. Their lone basket came off of a steal in transition, uncontested at the rim. So they'll be looking for more of those chances. The giveaways by Success Manhattan have been there, and Dream should have an opportunity to generate some more points off turnovers. They need it early in this game after scoring only twice in the first quarter.
Yeah, and for Dream, only scoring that one transition basket, Joe, they really haven't had a lot of space and a lot of windows to shoot from. A lot of their jumpers have been very frenzied shots, kind of running jumpers in the lane to the outside. If you're head coach Kyla Brantley, what do you tell your team to kind of set up the half-court offense a little bit better?
I think you need to be a bit more methodical, and I know that's a very general way of looking at it, but oftentimes early in this game with all the turnovers, these two teams have been operating in a frenzy. Things have been a bit out of control. There has been much stability at the offensive end of the floor. We haven't seen many pick and rolls. We haven't seen many easy opportunities, perhaps off a backdoor cut. You'd like to try and set something simple up to open this second quarter with your team possessing the ball first. We'll see if the Dream have anything diagrammed here.
Right, so as Joe mentioned, Dream with opening possession here of quarter number 2. See if they can run their half-court offense a little bit better. There's a running layup, no good, and the putback by De Leon misses as well. Good first attempt there by Jamison. She just missed it.
Can't ask for a better look than that.
Yes, sir. Stopping the dribble and passing off was Hodges. That jumper goes halfway down. Offensive rebound. Putback no good. Loose ball won again by Gregory. Wins another possession. This will be their third chance of this possession. Off the glass, no good was Blake. And on the putback, making it count, was Morales.
I'll say it again. Second chance points, Dave. Time and time again, Success Manhattan coming up with offensive rebounds, and you could hear it from down on the Dream bench. They were screaming at their players to be more aggressive in boxing out on the defensive glass.
So Success matches their biggest lead, 9 points. It's 11-2, and here we go. 2-on-1 developing the other way. Blake slides it across to Hodges, interrupted by Cody. Nice play by Cody defensively to catch up and knock that one out of bounds.
Plays like that will add up over the course of a game. That's the second time we've said it in these first 2 quarters. A player getting back defensively for Dream, disrupting what could be an easy fast break basket.
Still, they play it on this side, and Cody gets involved in another. Spills that one out of bounds with 6:56 to go. Once again, just a reminder, no shot clock here in girls basketball, the CPSAL. Backing in, short jumper, no good. The rebound won by Success Manhattan. Putback, no good. Third chance at the basket, no good for Morales, and she's fouled on Success Manhattan's 4th shot of the possession.
Just no answers for Success Manhattan on the offensive glass. Success has been all over the boards and Dream, to this point in the game, hasn't found a way to limit that. And with this deficit potentially growing here as that free throw is no good, they need to find answers quickly, or this could be a very long afternoon.
Nevaeh Rosario checks in for a Dream. Second free throw was no good, but an offensive rebound, one for Success Manhattan. We do have a whistle, however. And, it was an illegal substitution, I guess, as LeBron comes back in favor of Nevaeh Rosario. Success Manhattan just 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Otherwise, their lead would be bigger here than the 9 points that they are up currently. They will inbound, however. This is Morales giving over to Hodges. Hodges steps left side into the paint. We have another whistle here. So we have another foul away from the ball. And I believe that was against number 4, Milani Gadron. And they'll reset here. Longest possession ever for Success Manhattan. They go underneath, collected by Gregory. Gregory with the long-range three. That's good.
First three-pointer of the game for either team puts Success Manhattan in front by double digits. It's now an 11-point game. They are 1 of 3 from beyond the arc.
Well, actually, that was counted as a 2, Joe, so maybe Gregory's left foot was on that line. I thought she was in three-point range like you, but it'll be LeBron the other way, and she floats up a jumper good and the foul.
And that's a big basket for Dream. They needed something to energize this crowd and to energize their bench. And Ashley LeBron delivers, as you'll see here on this replay.
Yeah, needed that. And a great effort by LeBron to make that happen.
That shot left the frame. She arced it so high.
As she does miss the third point of that, but a rare offensive rebound that time for Dream this time. The ability to make this a 4-point possession for Dream. Maybe more. LeBron has that pass interrupted from her. Now, did have a couple of fans turn to us, Joe, and ask about the score, thinking it should be 14-4 because that last basket was a three-pointer. But that's what we had. But the scoreboard says 2, and it's 13-4.
I thought for sure it was a 3.
Yeah.
There are 2 lines. It's the innermost line that is the three-point line.
That is correct. And that's what we thought. That's what the fans in front of us thought. We confirmed what they thought. And here comes the unimpeded layup by Gadron. And it turns out to be a 4-point possession, Joe, and the lead down to 7.
Dream will take it. And all of a sudden, lead back down to single digits.
And Dream working with the press now. Past the length of the floor. Layup no good, but the foul by LeBron will put number 1, Savannah Kelman, at the line shooting 2.
And you hate to put any of your players on an island defensively like that with an offensive player coming downhill. LeBron whistled for the foul, and that will send Success Manhattan right back to the line. They're just 1 of 4 from the stripe to start.
First free throw is no good, rattles around, but a miss nonetheless as LeBron goes back out. I believe she has 2 fouls. She'll give way to Denia Jamison, who checks back in. Success Manhattan's second free throw is good. They're now 2 of 6 from the stripe and are back up by 8, 14-6. Now working the point is Rosario. Rosario sheds a defender. It's knocked away from her out of bounds, but Rosario with a little bit of speed there, flashing on that right side.
Early in this quarter, Dream has had a bit more success attacking the basket. Open lanes to the rim have been there.
Underneath, and that's off the kneecap of De Leon, and it will be surrendered back up to Success Manhattan. And there's a touchdown pass to a wide open Gregory. Gregory coming in right side, her layup too strong, and it's collected by Wilson. Wilson losing it. Back to Gregory underneath, off the glass and in.
Well, that won't go down as 2 second chance points, but the turnover effectively creates another second chance for Success Manhattan, and they capitalize. Dream has to watch out for those long inbound passes.
Back up by 10 is Success Manhattan. 16-6, Dream with the basketball. Wilson controls, gives it over to Jamison. Jamison attacking from the left side. She gets some body. That basket will not count. Contact before the shot. They'll have possession underneath the basket. 4:49 to go in the first half. Speed has picked up a little bit here in these last couple of minutes, a little bit less stoppages here.
There you see on that replay, the foul did come before the shot, but not much before that gather. Every once in a while, you'll see one of those go the way of the offensive player.
Yeah, we've seen Jamison attack from the right side without much success. That time she attacked from the left. This is Gaudreau from the left side of the basket, and she gets another layup in.
Looks like the Dream have begun to find some rhythm as they generate a turnover.
Yep, they employ pressure. This will be a long two-pointer for Gaudreau, no good, but collected by Jamison. Jamison attacking baseline, kicks it back up top. Gaudreau, fake shot underneath to De Leon, no good. And the rebound is won by Kelman. Kelman has to stop dribble. On the floor, they battle, and it's turned over, I believe. Not sure what the call was there, Joe.
Well, it will be Dream basketball, and Melanie Gaudreau all of a sudden has her fingerprints all over this game. Here you see an easy basket off of that shot fake, and moments later she was involved in that play that does result in a Dream possession. Not exactly sure why. Perhaps a jump ball was called in there and we missed it, but nonetheless, Dream now beginning to show some life. They still trail by 9, but have shown some positive signs over these last few minutes early in the second quarter.
Yep, so 30-second timeout was called. I believe that was called by Dream again. And head coach Kyla Brantley. Keon Lewis, the head coach of Success Manhattan Academy. Success Harlem will be a part of the Boys A Championship coming up approximately 15 to 25 minutes after this game. They'll play Earl Monroe in our Boys A Championship final, so we're looking forward to that one as well. But ever since that 9-0 run to start the game for Success Manhattan, we've had an even score at 8 apiece. So game has kind of leveled since then a little bit. Success Manhattan still has had an overwhelming number of shots more than Dream has, thanks to what Joe has mentioned repeatedly, the second chance points.
Well, I haven't tallied field goal attempts in this game, but you get the sense that Success Manhattan probably has double the number of field goal attempts.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Maybe more.
Now on the baseline, the attack from there by Rosario. Her jumper went all the way over everything, out of bounds, and last touch by Wilson, so it'll be Success's ball. Entry pass, interrupted at first, but collected by Blake. Blake attacking from that right side, bounce pass over to Hodges. Hodges, the mid-range jumper, no good. Long rebound is won by Success Manhattan. Vojvodic tried to put one through Gaudreau, nothing happening. Blake looks underneath, and it's off the fingertips and out of bounds. So it will be Dream basketball with 3:48 to go as we've reached the midway point, and then some here of the second quarter.
And that turnover was just the first of the quarter for Success Manhattan.
Interesting. Jamison thought about a long ranger, but penetrates inside, draws the foul.
That being said, if they did lose it on a jump ball, effectively that would be a turnover as well. We don't know if that was the call, though.
Yeah.
There had to be a turnover of some kind in there, so I'll credit them with
Yeah,
their
I believe
second.
so, because the jump ball possession error has not moved either.
Maybe they stepped on the sideline.
Perhaps. Jamison to Gaudreau. Two-pointer, no good. Long rebound, won by De Leon, and a foul. So Gregory picks up a foul. And with 3.5 to go here in the second, another possession here for Dream. Rosario puts one up over the rim and right into the hands of Blake. Skating down the left side, she looks in the middle. Pass was intercepted by Gaudreau. Gaudreau has been big defensively here in this first half. Jamison walks into a defender. Once again, Gregory, and Gregory picks up another foul.
And that's 5 team fouls.
Yep. So that will put Denia Jamison at the line. Dream 0 for 1 from the free throw line here in this first half. Make that 0 for 2. So Gregory has to come out of the game after picking up 2 quick fouls. Cody re-enters for Dream. Second free throw is up and good. And for the first time, a point by way of the charity stripe for Dream Charter. 1 for 3 from the line, and they knock the lead down to 8.
And these are 3 big minutes for Dream without Gregory on the floor. Perhaps you get some relief on the glass during the next 180 seconds.
Kelman running jumper was short. Offensive rebound. No good, but the foul whistled against Cody, I believe. Will Sam Ida McClea back at the line, where Success Manhattan's just 2 for 6 from the stripe here in the early stages. High arcing free throw is no good on that attempt.
Or perhaps no relief on the offensive glass as you get another look at yet another offensive rebound for Success Manhattan and the foul call that followed.
Certainly something that they will discuss in the locker room for sure. And there's a turnover for Dream the other way. Nice job of collecting it. Slowing things down is Morales, who finds Kelman. Kelman top of the arc. Ida McClea looked underneath, but intercepted once again by Dream. Cody had a finger on it. Goes over to Gadrone. Looks in the corner and out of bounds. Unfortunately was Rosario. And so another turnover here the other way.
And in the first half of this quarter, both teams, specifically Success Manhattan, had really cleaned up their turnover woes from the first quarter. These last 90 seconds, the pace is right back where it was in the first.
Long entry pass again, 3-on-3. They come down the other way. Blake entering into the paint. Jumper was no good. Cody collects the rebound, and here they go the other way. 3-on-1 developing. Rosario going to take it all the way in off the glass. No good. Put back rebound. No good by Wilson. It's collected by Gadrone. Back up top, Jamison left open for 3, no good. And it rattles all the way out of bounds in front of the Success bench, and they'll have possession with 2:12 remaining.
Well, Dream had multiple players up the floor against just one defender, and Vojvodic defensively got back and disrupted the 2 players under the rim after the first attempt missed. There were 2 Dream players waiting for the offensive rebound. They did come down with it, but that extra effort defensively likely saved Success Manhattan 2 points as a timeout is called.
Yeah, tough on the inbounds. They elect to keep possession and call the quick timeout here. 2:12 remaining in the first half. And for what it's worth, Joe, it's been a very even game since the first, I would say, 6 minutes of the first quarter. 9-0 lead Success Manhattan's had, and obviously you could look at the scoreboard. It's been pretty even since.
And if we look at the 2 factors in this game that will likely determine the outcome based on what we've seen, rebounding and turnovers. And the second chance points obviously a part of that rebounding statistic, but on the glass, you need to complete possessions when you get a stop with the defensive rebound. I think more specifically, you'll have to look at which team does defensively rebound better the rest of the way. That team should have the advantage. First attempts in this game, I would love to see the shooting percentage. I can't recall more than 1 or 2 baskets that came on a first attempt. And I think of those 1 or 2 baskets, they were both, or the only one, was off of a steal. So if you look at half-court possessions with a defender between the offensive player and the basket, I'm not sure we've had a make on a first shot attempt. That speaks to the way these 2 teams have played defensively in this game. It's been a strong showing in that regard. That being said, you know that both sides probably came in expecting to shoot a bit more efficiently.
Yeah, it also speaks to, of course, how hard it is to come back when you fall down into a, what was in this game anyway, a 9-0 hole. It could take the entire game for Dream to kind of scratch and claw and work their way back to within a possession or 2. And, of course, that's been the goal here since about 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Hodges almost lost that one, but she gives it up to Blake. Hodges gets back. Long-range 3. It rattles around, no good. Wilson collects the rebound. But again, Success Manhattan tying things up and winning possession off the jump ball.
Something else to keep an eye on the rest of the way, Dave, as well, foul trouble. Players have been relegated to the bench with fouls in this game.
Oh, and there's a nice entry that time for Butler, who scores her first basket. And it lifts the lead back up to 10, 19-9. Just a little bit of overcommitting on the rebound that time. Gadrone looking for space, can't find any. Was looking for Cody underneath. And with multiple blue jerseys surrounding Cody, they get called for a foul. And it looks like Dream will go back to the line here, where they are 1 for 3 from the free throw line. We'll see Fatia Cody for the first time as Kelman works her way back in. She will make her way back in after this free throw.
We just got to look at that last basket. We've seen 2 or 3 of those off of inbounds passes that have been set up nicely. I believe 2 by Success Manhattan and 1 at the other end by Dream, as the first free throw is no good.
Well, we said it in the first game, the boys B final. Free throws will be a huge part of the stat line after this one. And 2 misses for Cody puts Dream now at 1 for 5 from the line here in this game. Kelman works it back, middle of the floor, underneath. Nice job that time by Morales to body up the defender and put one into the basket.
There's one of those baskets I was talking about on the first attempt offensively as the Dream turn it over again. We'll get a second look at that last make.
Yeah, and of course set up by that nice drive by Kelman, who collected it near the half-court line and was able to get it through to Morales. Morales this time finds Kelman. Kelvin overcommits, and the give is over the other way. This is Butler controlling, gives it up. Now around the horn they go. Vovodich gives it back up top. This is Blake controlling, and the pass unexpected to Butler. And so another turnover here as they swap possessions with 55 seconds to go. Success Manhattan with an emphatic 12-point lead. It's their biggest lead of the game. Dream looking to cut into it before the close of the half. And that one rattles around, and we're going to have a foul called. And possession will go back to Success Manhattan. So fouls do not flash on the scoreboard for us.
Well, I have a tally. It's not official.
And here we go. A nice pass underneath and bodied off the ball, but the layup is up and in by Savannah Kelman. Great job of sticking with it, improving the lead to 14, and she'll go at the line to try to complete a 3-point play.
Well, that long inbounds pass strikes yet again for Success Manhattan. As you get a look, that pass traveled about 2/3 the length of the floor, and it set up that one-on-one opportunity around the rim for Kelman. She was able to convert and complete the 3-point play.
Yep, and it is now a 7-0 run for Success Manhattan. Have opened themselves up to a 15-point lead. Almost intercepted there. Gadron has to get back to it. The pass collected by Wilson. Wilson drives. She is fouled by Liliana Morales.
That's 5 team fouls for the quarter on Success Manhattan, though I don't believe it would have mattered, as it looked like Wilson was shooting. She will head to the line for 2 shots.
First is in and good for Dream, only their second free throw of the game. So see Mariam Torres for the first time check in for Success Manhattan. Second free throw, long rebound, won by Success Manhattan, and Butler will control. Butler takes it over the timeline herself, half a minute to go, losing control and possession at first. We're going to have no jump ball. In fact, it's given away. Success Manhattan gets it back. They go across now to Kelman. Wants to slow things down. Kelman looks for Blake. That one off the back iron, no good. Here comes Dream the other way. Rosario with some speed. Rosario attacking from the right side. Drops it off to Gadron. They cannot collect before the first half comes to a close. Success Manhattan scored the first 9 points of the half, and they take a 14-point lead into halftime, 24-10.
Well, Dave, the story in that first half were the turnovers at first and second chance points, which followed. Early in this game, Success Manhattan built a lead largely on the back of those turnovers and second chance points. It looked like Dream had begun to find their footing early in the second quarter. Unfortunately, that was not the case as the quarter progressed. Success Manhattan once again building upon their lead beyond the midway point in that second quarter as things begun to get a bit sloppy once again. The two teams combined for 28 turnovers in that first half, 15 of them by Dream. That really stings, especially in a half. And late in that first half, as I mentioned, it was Success Manhattan building upon what was just shy of a double-digit lead. They will take a 14-point lead into the locker room.
So much like the focus for Dream was to cut into the lead when the game first started, that will be the theme of the entire second half for Dream Charter, who will trail Success Manhattan by a score of 24-10 at halftime. What Joe and I will do is take a break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half of action right here live from CPSAL TV's YouTube page. We're at the Apex at Lehman College, halftime of the Girls CPSAL Basketball Championship. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Apex at Lehman College here in the Bronx, New York, site of the CPSAL Girls High School Basketball Championship, where Success Manhattan has led pretty much wire to wire. It took some time for the first points of this game to get scored, but Success Manhattan with the first 9 points of the game and going on a pretty significant run. I believe it was 8-2 down the stretch to make it a 14-point game at halftime. They led by as many as 15, but it's 24-10. And Joe, the story of the second half is, can Dream more than double their point total just to get themselves back into this game?
Well, Dave, it goes without saying. The way that points have been at a premium in this game, Dream cannot afford to come out slowly in the third quarter. They need a strong start to the half, and they need to clean up their turnover issues. Success Manhattan, on the other side, has turned the ball over at just about the same rate. That being said, they've taken so many more shots as a result of their work on the offensive glass that it hasn't mattered. It's not often you see a team turn the ball over 13 times in a half and lead by 14 points, but it's a testament to how well they've played defensively and how well they've rebounded the ball on the offensive side of the floor. If that continues, it's going to be a really tough road back for Dream.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a programming note, we've seen a new collection of fans come into the building here, and I'm sure we're getting new audience online as well, because we're about at the 3 o'clock hour, which was when the boys' championship was actually supposed to start here today. But because we had a delayed start for our first game, we are only at halftime here of our girls' championship, and we'll let our audience know that at the conclusion of this game, we'll have about a 25-minute turnaround and get you on the air for the Boys A Championship. So if you're tuning in to the CPSAL TV YouTube page expecting the Boys A Championship, we welcome you to the Girls Championship here. We are at halftime, where Success Manhattan has a 24-10 lead in a game in which they've dominated so far inside the paint, second chance opportunities, and of course, as Joe mentioned, the turnovers as well. Lots of things going their way. And for Dream, an exercise now in the next 16 minutes to try and cut into this lead and get themselves back into this game. So Rosario controls and gives it over to Guidron. They work it back down low to Rosario. Stuck in the corner, works the baseline. Nice move by Rosario, but puts it off the backboard. But there's a second chance opportunity for Council, and she gets the first points of the second half.
Quick start to the half for Dream, quick basket, and nearly a quick turnover.
And there's a long-range three off the glass and in.
There is our first three-pointer of the game officially. We thought we had one earlier, but we get one here.
And it was Gregory who was denied one earlier, and instead makes that one kiss off the glass. 27-12 as Success Manhattan has matched their biggest lead of this game. Working the half-court offense. Council works it the other way. There's a long-range two. That's denied by the side of the backboard for Rosario. And possession will go to Success Manhattan. Success Academy with many campuses in the New York area. And their campus in Harlem will be one of the teams represented in the Boys Championship coming up at the conclusion of this one. Down low, the give. Gregory opts out. Sends it back up top to Hodges. Hodges steps back and wants to reset the offense. She'll give it back up to Kelman. Point guard controls, drops it back off to Hodges. Hodges looks down deeper. Morales. Down low to Gregory. Nice feed to Gregory off the glass and in.
Great ball movement and great patient offense by Success Academy Manhattan. With no shot clock, you can afford to be as patient as you want. And on that possession, they played it perfectly, eventually finding a wide open scorer under the basket for the easy two.
Yep. With no shot clock, you can be patient, Joe, and also up by 15, you can be as well. And that's what Success Manhattan has going for them, as they collected at first that rebound, but Guidron wins it back and puts it back in.
That's a big steal and a big basket by Guidron. Dream really needed that as this game was beginning to slip away.
Oh, and there's a turnover there, as traveling on the play was Kelman, as she ran out of real estate right up against half court. And you get the sense that Dream is taking a lot of these possessions more seriously here as we begin second half, really working their half court offense a little bit more, finding the open player.
We just got to look at the start of that last sequence. We'll see if we can catch the turnover along the sideline as well. Gadrone with the initial steal and basket. Trap along the sideline forces the travel, but Dream gives it right back off the inbound.
Yep, turnover there. Kelman controls, gives it over to Hodges. Hodges wants to penetrate, steps out, and pulls back a jumper. No good. They battle for the rebound. Morales emphatically drawing that one away from Rosario to keep possession in blue. So 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, 2.5 minutes in. Kelman works it back to Morales. Morales opts out, finds Blake. Blake short on the jumper, but another offensive rebound. 3-point attempt, no good. Air ball, won by Wilson. And unable to control it was Gadrone. And another inexplicable turnover here for Dream as they find themselves still down by 15. The biggest lead of the game for Success Manhattan was 17 just moments ago. Hodges works baseline, wide open underneath, but unfortunately Gregory cannot land the layup. It's a nice look from Blake. Gregory now looks inside. Morales steps into a layup off the glass and in.
Well, Gregory was the beneficiary off a nice feed earlier in the quarter. Couldn't convert on that last chance, but she stayed with the play, helped generate another turnover, and another easy two comes off of that turnover for Success Manhattan, as you'll see here on the replay.
Yeah, we'll take another look at it. Again, just a nice look off the giveaway and making it hurt there. And with Success Manhattan matching their biggest lead, now 17 points, Dream wants to talk it over. And head coach Brantley asking for time. And, you know, it's kind of hard to know where to start here, Joe, if you're Dream and you have to cut into this 17-point lead, you know, with, again, like you said, points being at such a premium. Do you have to rush your possessions? Do you have to start full court pressing and maybe, you know, extending a lot of energy doing that defensively? How do you even begin to game plan with this much of a deficit?
They had to come out of halftime and protect the basketball. They got a quick two off an offensive rebound. That was a really good start. But if you take a look at the offensive possessions for Success Manhattan, I don't think just protecting the basketball is going to be enough at this point. It really looks like Manhattan has begun to hit their stride at the offensive end of the floor. The ball movement has been very good here in this third quarter. They've gotten a couple of great looks under the basket. Only one of those went down for Gregory out of two. However, they immediately forced another turnover following the Gregory miss, and she got the assist on the made basket off of that turnover. So in the half court, Success Manhattan really beginning to find their rhythm. At the other end of the floor defensively, they've been strong from the start. They've now forced 17 turnovers, and I think it still begins for the Dream with protecting the basketball, and some more positive things can flow from that.
Yep. And one of the things that's happened has been some turnovers on their last few possessions. They can't afford too many more of those, and there's another one. Pass was interrupted right into the waiting hands of Morales. Morales wants to penetrate right side, gets held up and drops off to Blake. Blake back over to Hodges. Hodges spins around. Left open was Morales. Morales with a short jumper off the back of the iron. No good. Offensive rebound. Gregory with a putback off the glass. No good. Too strong. Offensive rebound for Hodges.
And it seems, Dave, that any rebound that goes further than the restricted area goes straight to a player for Success Manhattan. There just isn't that rebounding presence outside of the paint.
Yeah, great dish by Kelman over to Blake, and Blake lands that one and gives Success Manhattan their biggest lead, 19 points, as the score balloons up to 33-14. Gadrone penetrates baseline. We have a foul here against Blake, who ran into the side of Gadrone. Halfway into this third quarter. Time running out here on Dream Charter.
And you get a look at that last easy two on the replay. Many more of those, and Dream isn't going to have a shot to get back in this one. During the first half, just about every offensive possession for these two teams was a grinded out, tough possession as Dream turns it over again. But baskets did not come easily in that first half. Even off of turnovers, players got back defensively and made things difficult. You're starting to see Success Manhattan wearing Dream down.
Yep. And, what's amazing, Joe, is that I don't think Dream has taken a shot in the last 2 minutes or so. And, we saw Success Manhattan have, three attempts at the basket. I think that last possession they had 3 or 4 attempts. So the shots just skyrocketing now in favor of Success Manhattan. Dream now coming off 3 straight possessions with turnovers, looking for some type of offense here. LeBron turned it over. Morales, she almost gave it up, but Blake able to come out with it. And the pass too strong. Intended for Gregory on the play. Gregory just could not catch up to it. And Dream will start again. Yeah, I remember we were about at 5:30. They had called the timeout, and Dream has not taken a shot since. They've turned the ball over on all of their ensuing possessions after falling behind and taking that timeout.
I think you're at a point in the game now where if you have a player who's highly capable at isolating, you give them a chance to work one-on-one, space the floor, and perhaps you won't have to make a pass. And if that player is able to command some extra attention, maybe you draw a double here and there and find an open scorer as a result. But getting to the line works as well. It stops the clock and gives you a chance to shave some points off the lead, which has now grown to 19 for Success Manhattan.
So Rosario with a chance here at the free throw line, where Dream has also had some struggles, and they missed another here. I believe that's 2 of 8 now, Joe. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
2 for 8.
2 for 8.
2 of 8 on the side of Dream, and 3 of 7 on the side of Success Manhattan.
Second free throw, no good as well. So 2 of 9 now for Dream. And they lose the ball. Does Success Manhattan, and that one passed too strong. Wilson for Rosario. Another turnover the other way, so they swap possessions.
That one hurts because it looked like there was going to be an easy opportunity at the offensive end if that pass was on target.
Morales will inbound to Hodges. You see Dream putting on a little bit more pressure now defensively. And we have a travel against Success Manhattan. That one against Kelman. Caught taking too many steps there. 2:44 remaining in the third. Big lead here for Success Manhattan. They have never trailed. Rosario losing control, but too much shoulder there for Liliana Morales. And she gets called for the foul.
That's 3 team fouls against Success Manhattan in this quarter. And you have a sizable lead. You're in a very comfortable spot. And it's probably a very minor thing, but you don't want to put Dream in the bonus here and give away any points you don't have to at the free throw line.
LeBron passes up an open look 3, gives over underneath, and the foul called before Gadron can make that one count. She will go to the line to shoot 2 here. Both teams have struggled from the free throw line. And Joe, I know you said Success Academy 3 for 7. I have them as 3 for 9. So I believe that Success Academy 3 for 9 at the line and Dream Charter 2 for 9 at the line.
That's a nice way to tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I just wanted to make sure we were the same here.
Well, I have 3 for 9 now, and I have 2 for 10 on the side of Dream.
Well, 3 for 10. They just made that one.
They made that one. That's also now 14 fouls on Success Manhattan. 1 away from the bonus for Dream as Gadron goes 2 for 2 from the line.
Yep. Doesn't seem like a lot, but those 2 points are big ones here for Dream, especially if they plan to get to the line. A little bit more confidence now as Gadron lands 2. Now the other way, this is Butler. Butler drives into the paint, releases the ball, and it's going to be a scrum for it. It is going to be the possession of Dream. So nice job to tie things up, and they get themselves another possession, a turnover there for Success Manhattan.
Dream needs to end this quarter on a run.
Yeah.
Probably can't afford to give up any more points in these last 2 minutes. Yeah. They'd like to score at least 4. If they can get 2 baskets and go into the fourth down 13, they have a shot.
Sure. Yeah, Rosario now controls. running layup, but there to clean things up on the rebound. Nice job that time by number 4, Melanie Gadron. Was that
It was
her?
De Leon.
No, it was De Leon. Okay. Hodges now weaves inside of 2 defenders, can't get her layup to go, and here comes Dream the other way. 4-on-1 developing the other way. Rosario off the glass, too strong, no good. De Leon with the putback, no good as well. And Kelman's going to get tied up, and she's going to win it by virtue of the jump ball. That was a big opportunity right there, Joe.
Huge. Here's a look at the first make, and they had a chance for another. As you see the initial missed shot, and then the putback on the made basket.
Hodges controlling, finds open underneath, was Butler, and she gets the layup to go.
And that might quell the potential for a Dream rally to end this quarter. It's a big basket for Success Manhattan. We were very close to a 13-point game. The lead now back to 17.
Gadron had an opportunity, lost it for a second. Rosario has to let it go off of her fingertips after losing control. And now we are under a minute to go. Hodges pulls up, long range 2, no good, as Wilson collects the rebound. Wilson with a lot of her players trailing behind her. Wilson off the glass, no good. Hits the front side of the rim. Hodges controls, passes over to Blake. 33 seconds to go. Blake could take her time. Kelman wants to reset the offense, now penetrates right side, and she gets held up. Believe that will be against LeBron. Or they actually called that against Rosario. A chance to double up Dream here with this trip to the line. First free throw, no good. Dream will bring back Denia Jamison into the game, replacing Rosario with 26.4 to go. Second free throw by Kelman is good. Both teams 4 for 11 from the line. And Success Manhattan has officially doubled up Dream here in this one, 36-18. Possibly last possession of the quarter. Gadron, coast to coast, off the glass and in.
And Dream had to have that basket, Dave. Had to have it to end the quarter. They need to stop.
There's Blake the other way as Success looks to have the last possession here. Wadovich, no good. Long rebound, 2 seconds, 1, and they will not get one off as we are through 3 complete here. But they went into the halftime up by 14, and they'll take a 16-point lead into quarter number 4. Success Manhattan positioning themselves here for a girls' championship.
There you get a look at that last basket for Dream to end the quarter, but that was one of only a few highlights in that third. As Success Manhattan once again building upon their lead, albeit ever so slightly. They led by 14 at halftime. I think if you told them they were going to lead by 16 entering the fourth, they would certainly take it. So a good quarter for them, keeping some distance between themselves and Dream. And if you're Dream, you have no choice but to come out very aggressively in the fourth quarter. You're going to have to press. You're going to have to gamble a bit defensively. And you're going to have to push the pace on offense. Keep in mind, just 8 minutes to go in this game.
Yeah, and they are going to have a stellar quarter shooting in this one as well. Only 20 points to show for their first 3 quarters. It's going to be very tough here to double that in this quarter to try and win this game. But, Joe, you and I have seen a lot of basketball in our days, and stranger things have happened, and we've seen just about everything on our 1 year plus at PDF Sports Network regarding comebacks. So we'll see what happens here in these final 8 minutes. Fouls are even again, so Dream will have some fouls to give if they need them, but they're going to need a big turn of the tide here.
I have seen many a double-digit lead disappear just like that in far less than 8 minutes. That being said, I'm not sure I've ever seen it when the team trailing has entered the final quarter with just 20 points. So Dream would have to just about double their offensive output, likely would have to more than double it in order to win this game, but we'll see if their defense can come up big as well. Final 8 minutes in this girls' basketball championship.
So they've led by as many as 18 up by 16 to start the period, and there's a long rebound that is lost through the legs of De Leon, and so it will go to Success Manhattan.
And those are shots Dream will have to take in this fourth quarter. Not much of a choice. If you're given space, you're going to have to put that shot up from the outside.
Absolutely, and if you're Success Academy, you don't want to turn the ball over, which they just did. Gadrone the other way, all the way in for the layup.
And Gadrone has had such an impact on this game for Dream, both offensively and defensively.
Another turnover, this time Wilson, the beneficiary. Gadrone slows things up, wants to reset. LeBron has a good outside shot. LeBron working towards the right side, puts one up for three, back iron, no good. Offensive rebound, one initially by Dream, and now they finish it off. LeBron gets it back up top. Three-point attempt for Jamison is no good, and that one pinballs around and is won by Success Manhattan. Ida McClea had the rebound, and there it goes the other way was Gregory, and she makes that one count.
Either of those three-pointers by Dream could have completely changed the complexion of this game very quickly. Instead, another long outlet pass for Success Manhattan results in an easy two, though it was made a bit more difficult at the end there.
Inside, Jamison off the glass, no good. A little bit short on it. Interrupted, and a turnover the other way. Dream now in the corner. LeBron fakes a three. Right-handed dribble, controls, moves over to her left, top of the arc. Receives the screen. LeBron thought about a three, opts out, gives it over to Wilson. Wilson back to LeBron. LeBron steps back out, now fires again from three-point range, no good. Gregory and Wilson tie up, and Gregory travels. Substitutions will come back in the game. Blake makes her way back in. Vavodic comes back in as well.
Here's a look at that long pass up the floor for the 2 points on the side of Success Manhattan, something we haven't seen for much of this game. A lot of shot attempts for Dream in these last couple of minutes, just one for Success Manhattan.
And the inbound was tied up via jump ball, and Success Manhattan will take over. Well, Dream's had some looks here in the early going of the first couple of minutes, but have only been able to get the one layup, courtesy of Gadrone. Success Manhattan comes the other way. Kelman wants to reset. Kelman steps back. Long-range three. No good air ball. It goes out of bounds. And Dream will take over possession with 5:53.
Well, despite a distinct advantage in shots attempted in this quarter's still tied at 2.
Right.
No movement on the scoreboard, and if you're Success Manhattan, that is quite all right with you.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's perfectly fine for Success Manhattan. LeBron tried to put one through, and that one's intercepted, and going all the way in with it is Morales, off the glass and in.
And that basket might be the backbreaker, Dave. Another turnover results in an easy 2.
Morales has been good today, vying for MVP honors perhaps. I think Gregory might have something to say about that, as well as Kelman. And going in too strong off the glass, no good for Dream. Morales earns a rebound, gets fouled. And Success Manhattan will have possession. First foul of the fourth quarter. We're going to have a full timeout called here by Success Manhattan. Probably to keep his team fresh, Joe, here for the final stretch here, 5+ minutes.
And Dave, plays like this have been the story of this game. Turnover caused by the defense of Success Manhattan. They have been in the passing lanes all game long. And Morales goes all the way to the basket. And as has been the case for much of this game, the defense for Dream getting back off of those turnovers, not quitting on plays, making some of those transition opportunities off the giveaways a bit more difficult. But in transition throughout this game, Success Manhattan has been really good, and generating turnovers obviously has been a key part of the reason why they're ahead in this game. We've mentioned the rebounding ad nauseum at this point, but plays like that last one, finishing some tougher shots on the break off of turnovers, that's been a huge boost for them. They're now up at 40 points, leading by 18. I believe that's a game-high lead as well.
Yep, absolutely. 18 matches their biggest lead. 36-18 at one point, and now again both teams with 4 points since that point. And with 5:13 to go, Dream needs a monster comeback. And for Success Manhattan, you want to be able to finish strong, finish clean, take care of the basketball. And, of course, you want to score those points in transition. But if you can, set up your half-court offense, take that time off the clock, and you're 5 minutes away from hoisting a trophy.
Really not much you need to do here if you're Success Manhattan other than wisely utilize the clock on your offensive possessions. There simply isn't enough time left in this game to make up an 18-point deficit with no shot clock, barring a big number of giveaways and poorly managed offensive possessions.
Long inbounds and a lot of colliding players, and it's going to go up against Gadrone for Dream.
Well, you have to love to see that. If you're on that Dream bench, players continuing to play hard despite the deficit here in the closing minutes.
Yeah, potentially just 5+ minutes left in your season. You got to go all out here on both sides of the ball. Morales gives it up to Kelman. Kelman lost her footing, but does give it up. Coming back into the hands of Morales. Morales, Levotic. Long range two, that one's good.
Shots like that have been elusive for both teams much of this game. And it's only fitting that Success Manhattan would like to put a bow on this one, beginning to hit shots from the outside late. They do have the game's lone three, but both teams haven't really put it up much from distance in this game, either inside the arc or outside.
Biggest lead of the game, 20 points. Gadrone skates in with it, and before the shot was taken, she traveled. And with 4.5 minutes to go, Success Manhattan looking to complete a very successful 2024 season. There's a touchdown pass down the length of the court. Kelman was the only one there, off the glass and in. And once again, Success Manhattan has doubled up on Dream.
Well, I mentioned that Dream would have to take some gambles defensively and pressure. They did. And as we've seen for much of this game, that long inbounds pass over the head of everybody, easy too for Success Manhattan, and another giveaway for Dream.
Yeah, big block that time for Blake on Gadrone. Kelman now has it taken away from her. Nice defensive play by Gadrone. Milani Gadrone going all the way up with it, short. Maybe getting a piece of it was Kelman. And now we're inside of 4 minutes to go. Kelman drops it off to Morales. Morales to Gregory. Gregory underneath. Draws the foul against Wilson, and she'll go to the line.
Well, you mentioned some MVP candidates. Gregory among them. Morales among them. A lot of players have had their hands all over this game for Success Manhattan.
Yeah, I would say Morales and Gregory are in probably a statistical dead heat, but I think the rebounding of Gregory, especially early in this game, really set the tone for what this game was going to be about. And, you know, as you've said many times, Joe, really the second and third and fourth and fifth chance opportunities have been so overwhelmingly in favor of Success Manhattan, and Gregory's a big reason why.
I think the way this game played out early, as there's a tie-up following the missed free throw, I think the way this game played out early, with how physical it was around the rim and how many offensive rebounds Success Manhattan was able to secure, I think it really wore down Dream for much of that first half. And that set the tone for the rest of the game, as you said, and I think Gregory was certainly a huge part of that, if not the leader of that charge early in this game.
Really, the only thing that hasn't worked for Success Manhattan today has been the free throw line, where they've missed 9 free throws in this one. And here comes Gregory now via the steal. She actually loses it to Cody originally, and it will go in that direction. Reminder coming up, if you joined us recently, the Boys A Championship will follow the conclusion of this game. We will go off of the air and then right back on our Boys A Championship feed. There's a three-point attempt by LeBron. No good. Collected by Morales. Morales just off the fingertips of Hodges. And with 3:08 to go, they'll reverse possession. Special thank you to everybody here at Lehman College. Head coach Eric Harrison of the Lehman College Lightning was greeting us when we first came in here, hooked us up, and the entire staff at Lehman doing a great job of hosting this CPSAL championship. Of course, want to give a shout out to Karim McFarland and Sadiq Nathaniel, who we've worked with in the past here with the CPSAL, doing such a great job of bringing some high-intensity sports to these charter schools, Joe. It's a thrill, obviously, for these teams to compete all year long within a charter school athletic program, which Karim and Sadiq have really set up from scratch.
And it's been our privilege to work with the CPSAL, and I think it's our pleasure to give these student athletes the chance to showcase their talents on a bigger stage. Obviously, a great crowd assembled here, a lot of very loyal fans covering, or I should say attending these games. We're happy to cover these games as well and give these athletes a chance to showcase to a bigger audience online. Of course, this game on CPSAL TV and will be uploaded later for on-demand viewing on the PDF Sports Network as well. We hope you'll check it out on demand and check out the PDF Sports Network. We have much more to come in the coming months.
Absolutely. We'll talk about that when we have another break here. It's a great move by Morales. Unfortunately, missed the jumper high and wide. She kind of took that interception coast to coast. And Gadrone will restart here with 2:45 to go. Dream down by a bunch, hoping to put a dent in the scoreboard before this one is through. Gadrone partially blocked. De Leon gets it back. Put back is no good. Rebound, scrum on the floor. It's won by Success Manhattan. Kelman comes out with it. Looking for the long pass, Hodges. Hodges gets fronted but puts up a short jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, Gregory. Her putback, no good. And here they go the other way. LeBron looking across court, finds Rosario. Rosario off the glass, not strong enough. And Success Manhattan comes out with it. Kelman controls. She wants to go coast to coast. Short jumper in the paint, no good. Cody gets the rebound. Under 2 minutes to play here in regulation. Success Manhattan looking for the girls' championship. Put the finishing touches on this one, but Gadrone with a hard-fought layup in the paint.
Nice move there by Gadrone, still playing hard despite the late deficit. And she's had some nice finishes around the rim throughout this game.
44-24 is our score. Success Manhattan should be in no rush here, but Gregory battling, losing the ball, yielded to Rosario. Loose ball on the floor, and a whistle will keep the ball in Success Manhattan's possession. But as Joe mentioned, today's broadcast is being powered by PDF Sports Network. We are at pdfsportsnet.com and at PDF Sportsnet on YouTube, where you could find coverage of so much of our action. As coming off will be Morgan Hodges and most of the starters actually for this Success Manhattan team. But Joe, we will have coverage of arena football in the American Arena League 2 this spring. The Tri-State Warriors professional women's football team operating out of New Brunswick, New Jersey. Two of our marquee spring sports will have the New York State Little League Baseball Championships, which will send a representative to the Little League World Series tournament. So we got a lot coming up for you here in these next few months. We just landed women's soccer semi-pro team STA will join us from Florham Park, New Jersey. And we even hope to cover some minor league men's soccer as well with Soap FC out of Staten Island. This is a three-point basket by LeBron and helps cut the lead down to 17 points with 1 minute officially remaining here in regulation.
First three-pointer of the game for Dream right there.
Kamaya Austin got tied up as Austin is in the game and LeBron is down again. Remember, Dream lost LeBron for a good 6 or 7 minutes of that first quarter. The right shoulder was bothering her. And possession will belong here to Dream. Jennifer Ba has also come in, along with Anaya Reiner for Success Manhattan. Under a minute to play. Wilson all the way in. Gets the layup to go, and the lead is 15 in the final 45 seconds. Too big of a hill to climb, but putting a dent in the scoreboard is Dream. No quitting them. Bouncing ball. Intercepted by LeBron, but unfortunately she dribbled it on the baseline. 33.4 to go. When this game is over, we will throw it down after a couple of closing remarks to courtside. As we have a three-pointer that's attempted by Reiner that went wide, and here they come the other way. Rosario all the way in. Her shot was blocked by Reiner. But what I was saying is, after a few parting words from us, we'll throw it down to the court side where they'll have the trophy presentation and the announcement of our most valuable player. We'll throw it down to our public address when that happens post-game. Stay with us for that. Another block shot there. This time Rosario was denied.
Success Manhattan not conceding anything late. The lead was trimmed to 15, but a couple of chances underneath, both rejected on those last two attempts.
There's a three-pointer that was no good. Reiner wins another rebound, looking to get some space, and finally does, and drops it off to Butler. Butler is fouled by Gudron. Gudron all over the place for Dream today, defensively, offensively, in the middle of just about everything today, as Dream picks up their last foul to give. And intercepted. Rosario comes out with it, keeps it from going out of bounds, pushes it further ahead, and with 5 seconds, that'll do it here. Success Manhattan as Butler dribbles out. They are the 2024 CPSAL Girls High School Champions. Your final score, 44-29. Joe, they got off to a huge start to start the game, never really took their foot off the gas pedal, and the game seemingly was never really in doubt.
The slow start really hurt Dream in this game, but a lot of the issues that plagued them early plagued them throughout the game. Turnovers and conceding offensive rebounds, the biggest factors in the final score, and that really hurt Dream from start to finish in this game. They played with high effort and intensity throughout the game. I don't think that was in question, but late in this game, when they began to make a bit of a push, Success Manhattan was able to pull away, this time for good. They really separated themselves late in the third, early in the fourth, and never really had to sweat this one in the final quarter as they win by 15.
Absolutely, they win by 15, but it was Dream that scored the last 7 points of this game to make it even closer than the final score would indicate. They were up by as many as 22 in this game, and in just a few moments, we'll throw it downstairs to the public address announcements from Corinne McFarland and Sadiq Nathaniel as they will present the runner-up and the championship trophies to our respective teams. And we'll get you ready for the Boys 8 championship right after that. But so far, some great efforts from both of these teams and all 4 of the teams that have participated already. Great action here at the Apex as we have the announcement of our champions. Let's throw it down to the public address.
We're going to present next 2 teams. Get ready. We got Success Harlem versus Earl Monroe for the A championship. But we're going to present to the ladies. Great job, ladies. Great job. Good job. Lily Morales. Lily Morales, MVP.
We just learned that Lily Morales has been named our game's most valuable player. So congratulations to Liliana and the rest of the Success team. You saw the final score flash on your screen. 44-29 was our final, and Success Manhattan, Joe, as they've been doing all year long, just been running through the competition, and now they finalize it with a very emphatic girls win. They deserved it from start to finish, and they're your CPSAL champions.
It was a very complete win for them. They got it done offensively, defensively, and on the glass in all three facets of the game. They excelled here today. As we mentioned before, the outcome was never really in doubt, especially in the second half. They got off to a really strong start. We spoke about that when the day began, how important it was for these teams to get off to good starts. And in this game, Success Manhattan did just that. In this particular game, it was enough to take them all the way to the finish and ultimately to a championship.
Absolutely. So from one success to another, perhaps the Boys A championship is coming up in just a few minutes. Success Harlem taking on Earl Monroe in the CPSAL Boys A High School Championship. So what Joe and I will do is we will go off of the air. When we come back, we will be on our separate stream. So once again, for everybody here involved with PDF Sports Network, on behalf of the CPSAL, Sal Cuccio, Joe Foreman, I'm Dave Pizzuto, wishing you a very good rest of the afternoon. Please jump on our Boys A Championship live stream for our next stream coming up in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Once again, your final score, 44-29. Success Manhattan are your 2024 CPSAL Girls Champions.